Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 1993 Diehard 500 from Talladega Superspeedway in Talladega, Alabama. I'm here today with a special guest commentator. Can you introduce
Yellow.
yourself? Yes.
My name is Taylor from the PRN.
We're here today to run a 500-mile race from Talladega Superspeedway with these NASCAR Winston Cup cars. On the pole today is the number 33 of Harry Gant, winning back-to-back poles coming into this week, winning at another 2.5-mile racetrack at Pocono. He wins yet again at Talladega, with Dale Earnhardt on the outside of him in second.
Davey Allison will share the second row with the number 44 of Wilson.
In row 3 is the number 8 of Sterling Marlin, who currently coming into this race is about 13th in points with the 21 of Morgan Shepherd, top 5 points contender, rounding out 6th place position.
Mark Martin will share row 3 alongside the number 52 of Means. Now, these two drivers in this row are looking to have a great race today. Mark Martin, coming off a very great race at Pocono, would love to get a better finish from what he did last week. Will that happen today? We'll find out.
And starting in, I think this is, I can't remember what position. Starting in the next row is Jimmy Spencer in the number 12. Last week he finished second in the race, his career best finish. He's hoping to get his first career victory today alongside another driver trying to hope to get his first career victory. Number 40 of Kenny Wallace. We'll see if these drivers can get their first career victories today. It's Talladega, isn't it?
Yeah. The next row back, the number 68 of George Sachs. I think that's right. Is it Gary Sachs? George Sachs?
It's Greg.
Greg Sachs. Oh, I was wrong either way. Greg Sachs, and he will start next to Richie Petty in the 53.
Starting in the row behind them is a Hendrick duo right here. You got the rookie of Jeff Gordon, a man trying to get his first career victory today, and the 25 of Ken Schrader, a man who hasn't won in over 3 years. It's been Dover in 1991. That's 2 years. I don't know how to do math. Good job, me. So we'll see if he can get a win today.
Next row back, we got the number 55 of Todd McGraves, starting next to the number 83 of Larry Speed.
Okay.
I'm not good with names.
Don't worry about it. Terry Labonte is in the row behind them in the number 14 machine, 1984 champion. Alongside of him is the number 90 of Bobby Hillin Jr. He's hoping to have a good run today.
Number 98 of Derek Cope in that 98 Ford Bojangles will start next to the number 75 of Dick Trickle.
Behind them is the number 2 of Rusty Walsh in the Miller Genuine draft car. And behind him, well, next to him is Brett Bodine in number 26 machine.
Next row back, we got the number 42 car of Kyle Petty, who will start alongside the number 5 of Ricky Rudd.
And that is your top 20, or maybe more, maybe less, whatever you consider it. They are there as the drivers fire up the engines. Everyone getting ready, and they're going to get ready to roll off to get to the starting line to start this 500-mile race. Fuel runs about 11 to 13 laps here. How do you think that'll play into this race strategy here today?
A lot of drivers are probably going to want to go down, take some tires, possibly get some fuel as well, but you never know. If some drivers want to probably stretch it all the way, but I would highly doubt any one of these drivers would potentially hurt their points positions trying to stay out for this long.
33-3 on the front row, both Chevrolets, both with 3s in them. Pace car pulls off down into on the apron. Unlike Daytona, we do not have a start-finish line in the tri-oval. It's a little bit further ahead, kind of like Weird Indianapolis. Other than that, though, Harry Gant leads him down for a second week in a row to go green flag racing from the Talladega Superspeedway.
The Die-Hard 500 is about to become underway as Harry Gant and Dale Earnhardt go, and they're off and running here at Talladega.
Already looking to go 2, 3, maybe even 4 wide further back in the pack. Cars diving in and out of traffic. Look at Jimmy Means make it 3 wide for that 6th place position or 5th place, whatever you want to consider it.
The first 2 rows still side by side, double file, as Dale Earnhardt tries to make a move on the high line, but it just doesn't work. Harry Gant, that 33, is pulling away.
You know, you pull away here, it's not much of an advantage because these guys can draft right up to the back bumper of you. As now you see the outside line down into turn 3 is more organized, and they pull back even down back into the turn.
Here comes Dale Earnhardt. He's got the lead off of coming into turn 3. Ricky Rudd on the... No, that's not Ricky Rudd. Excuse me. Davey Allison in the 28 going on the high side, but it just doesn't work. Talladega does not have a great high line.
No, it does not, as they're going to be
Also,
2, 3, maybe even 4 wide coming back through the
Harry
tri-oval
again.
to complete
Harry
lap
again with a
1.
block. Harry again with a block on Jeff Gordon.
Ooh.
That 24 car.
Gordon
They're
doesn't...
three wide for a lot of rows, even front row.
These guys are not being conservative at all in the beginning of this race. And look at the 53 of Richie Petty up in second place. That underfunded, unsponsored machine is going to try and pass Jeff Gordon for the lead here as the rookie holds off 41 grueling cars.
Side by side for the lead, Richie Petty and Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon being one of the most well-known drivers in the NASCAR sports has the lead. Richie Petty tried to take the lead, but that middle row kind of costed him. As Dick Trickle falls at second.
They're 4 wide back there with Earnhardt banging off of one another. You see back there Kenny Wallace and Rick Wilson as Gordon leads lap 2. These guys, I don't know if they're going to make it another lap. Holy smokes, they're going at it. 4 wide right there.
4 wide in turn 1. Jeff Gordon's holding on for dear life trying to get his way across to the finish line, possibly get the win, but you just don't know what's going to happen in this race, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God! I tell you what, it's a 500-mile race, but they're racing like it's a final 5 miles. This is insane. I mean, oh man, watch it back down to 3. They're still 4 wide, 3 rows deep.
They're beating them banging into turn 3. You may wonder if there's going to be a wreck here in the next few laps.
These guys are being way too aggressive, way too early as they look 4, 3, and all these different files. As they look almost 4 wide for lead at the front, Terry Labonte's going to try and slam the door on 3 lanes, but Bill Elliott's going to get around the inside here as they're looking to be 4 wide behind him. Looking to be 5 wide now, right there. Look at that. Oh, not going to work. Wreck, big one. There it is. Cars piling up, tons involved. 18. Neil Bonnet. Oh, the 18's upside down. 4's barrel rolling. Oh my God. Oh, there's another wreck down further back. Oh my God, the 52's barrel rolling. 17 on his side now. Cars racing back to the line.
Oh my God. Let's take it back to the front of the field here. Try and see what's going on at the front of the field right now. It is the number 14 of Terry Labonte up at the front of the pack right now.
There's only
Elliott in second place.
There's only 6 cars left.
Allen Jr. in third. Ricky Rudd will come fourth, and the caution has come out after a big one in Talladega, ladies and gentlemen.
There's only 6 or 7 cars left. There's not even 10 left on the track. That just took out the whole entire field, and we're getting reports, and Neil Bonnet has not climbed out of the car yet.
The window net has not dropped yet for Neil Bonnet. I wonder what's...
Most drivers are getting out of their vehicles, but he is not.
We got to go to a quick replay and see what happened. Wow.
Holy smokes. Terrifying record at Talladega.
So let's take a look and see what happened here. As we can tell that Bill Elliott was on the low line trying to take the lead, but it just 5 wide at Talladega just never works.
It's like an interstate, but I'm telling you what, when you go 5 wide at 200 miles an hour, it's the only thing that can happen is someone climbing out of their car after a huge wreck.
Yeah, Kyle Petty went low on Ernie Urban, so Ernie Urban had nowhere to go but lower, and he just gets a little contact, not clear from the 41 behind him of Phil Parsons. That sends everybody up the track, including likes of,
Marcus, Spencer,
Rusty Wallace,
Parsons, Bobby Hillen. Rusty Wallace gets involved with Ken Schrader there.
Dale Earnhardt. You see Dale Earnhart in the background.
Your championship points leader.
Hard hit from Phil Parsons on the rear end of the car there.
Davey Allison gets through.
Let's look at number 31 and Neil Bonnet. Hard hit.
That's scary.
That's hard hit. He ran hard into the 18 of Dale Jarrett. He is just wow. Cars are flying everywhere. You can see cars upside down. Ernie Urban's upside down. Dale Jarrett's upside down. The 25's upside down.
And if you look here, the 2 comes in and just slams into the door of the 31.
Oh, man.
And the 3 piles in again. The 83 piles in. Cars that survived the first wreck come in and pile in for a second wreck. The 8 piles in. Look at the 75 drill the 8 and just they spin like Matchbox cars in a.
There's got to be at least 6 or 7 cars that flipped in this one. And speaking of, let's go up to the 52, which you can already see just
Oh my God.
Going completely going ape nuts all over the back straightaway, barrel rolling at least 10 to 15 times in the air, side over side, end over end. I mean, oh my God, that 52. I mean, you can see in the background as well. Look at that 17 car, Darrell Waltrip, I think.
Yeah, it's Darrell Waltrip, and I mean, what's great about these guys reckon is they got out of their cars.
They got out of their cars just fine. You see Waltrip's car still on his side.
It's a miracle that nobody got injured except one person, and right now we're still awaiting word on Neil Bonnet's condition. He is being taken currently to the local hospital for analysis, and just think good thoughts, people.
Darrell Waltrip is on his driver's side, not being able to get out of that car
until the magical teleportation powers gets him back to the pit lane.
This is from the onboard camera of Neil Bonnet.
That's so intimidating. You look at that up ahead of you, and you see the smoke, and he just stayed in the gas, trying to get through it as fast as he possibly can. Does an amazing job, and oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And you can just,
God.
Golly, that's just insane.
You have 42 cars rolling around this track at 200 miles an hour, and you slow down to nothing, and it turns into a junkyard. And you see here on board with a 52 here, a Napa Chevrolet, I believe it is. I mean, just in the thick of the pack, and avoids this slightly, and then...
I mean, he gets some damage. He gets some damage, but just wasn't able to avoid what was coming next to him. What was this?
And then gets hit. And then he's on for a ride now.
Oh God. I don't understand how he can drive.
Oh my God.
Golly.
How did he climb out of this thing?
I don't know. I think it's because, I mean, it didn't look like he hit his driver's side. It looks like he just barrel rolled and had fun for a little bit, like an amusement park ride.
Yeah, he just spun around for a while. Like, the other thing is he didn't land hard on his roof. He didn't get hit again in the air. He just spun around. So at least he's all right. Still waiting word on Neil Bonnet.
Yeah, we'll take it to the green flag here.
Here comes the leaders down pit lane after that horrific wreck. And there's only about, I think, 15, 20 drivers left in this race.
You gotta wonder, what's their strategy? Are they gonna take 4, or are they gonna take just 2 tires?
I don't know. The thing is, they cannot make gas the rest of the way here. So they're going to have to pit at least one more time in this race.
It may look like they're going to have to go down pit road maybe one more time during this race.
Here comes the race off pit lane.
It's going to be a crazy battle off pit lane here.
Yeah, you see the green face of the pit lane operator here. If you look at pit lane 1, he has a very green face. We're still waiting for these people to come off the pit lane, and your race off pit lane will be...
Oh, that's the 33's pit sign coming down, so it looks like our whole...
Terry Labonte, Ricky Rudd.
Jeff Gordon comes off 3rd. And,
yeah, all these drivers. Mark Martin.
A little contact with Mark Martin.
Yeah, and there's Ted Musgrave nearly running down the pit lane guy, and Richie Evans survived that. Where's Richie Evans? Richie Petty survives that wreck. So
Terry Labonte comes off in the front spot after pit stops.
Yes, we'll take it back to the green flag when it's ready to go back. Green flag racing here from Talladega Superspeedway in Talladega, Alabama. And
let's go ahead.
Oh, go right ahead.
So let's go ahead and let's take a look and see where our drivers are at this point. Terry Labonte is in front after the pit stops. Ricky Rudd is going to restart 2nd. Jeff Gordon 3rd. Bill Elliott 4th. Allen Jr. 5th. Kenny Wallace 6th. We got a few lap drivers coming up here. Jeff's, I can't say his name. Sachs is in 7th. Greg Sachs 7th. Mark Martin 8th. Brett Bodine 9th. Jeff Purvis 10th. Musgrave 11th. Richie Petty in the 12th spot. And that's our top 12.
Yep, and then there's just other people that were probably involved in that wreck. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing with about 11 laps to go. With Terry Labonte leading this race. Labonte was the 1984 champion in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. That was, however, nearly 10 years ago.
It was nearly 10 years ago. Can Terry Labonte be able to get a win? It would be nice for him to get a win, potentially get another championship in his books. Pace car goes down.
Oh, Michael Waltrip's going to pull down. Wait 1 second. Michael Waltrip, what are you doing? Mikey!
Mikey, what are you doing?
Michael Waltrip seems to have made some sort of error in his life and has decided to decide his midlife crisis now at Talladega Superspeedway as we're getting green flag racing here.
Green flag's back in the air. There's a lot of dust from Michael Waltrip being on drugs.
Yes, as
He
we have
is
11
still
laps
on
to
grass.
we have 11 laps to go. Let's hope he doesn't pull back up on the track and cause another big wreck. We can't sacrifice any more cars today. Nor can we do lives. What? Ricky Rudd here drafting with a 14 of Terry Labonte. And Jeff Gordon, his teammate behind him here. I have a feeling that someday these three will all be teammates at some point. What? Oh, God, I'm getting some sort of, like, sickness here. And look at Bill Elliott trying to make a move on Jeff Gordon for third.
Michael Waltrip still being on drugs in the back straightaway. He's still kicking up all that grass. Thank God we don't have any split. I mean, what?
Yeah. Coming around the 10 laps to go. It's going to be a 10-lap shootout. However, these drivers still need to pit for gas. We're predicting they need to pit at around lap 13 to lap 16.
That was a crazy block that Jeff Gordon just threw. But too wide for second.
Behind this leader, Kenny Wallace, Jeff Gordon, both rookies trying to get their first career victories in this sport. Both drivers fought up their way through the Busch Series, now made their way into the Cup Series. And look at Mark Martin coming to the picture. He's battling for now that third place position with Jeff Gordon.
Here comes Mark Martin. He'll try to take the lead from the 14 car of Terry Labonte. He's got a lot of help from Bill Elliott, who now tries to make it 3 wide for that position. I think that would be third with Jeff Gordon.
And you look at now, Kenny Wallace looks high, but here comes Mark Martin, takes advantage of that position on the low line. He's going to draft up behind the 14 of Terry Labonte. Labonte blocks the low line through turns 3 and 4, trying to hold him off. And now Martin looks to the inside for the lead, coming through the tri-oval.
Side by side for the lead.
Ooh.
Nope, not anymore. That was a hard block. That was a hard thrown block by Terry Labonte. Jeff Gordon really helping out. Mark Martin on the low side here, entering turn 1. They were 3 wide for the third spot, but it is all Mark Martin and Terry Labonte battling for the lead in turn 1.
You see Terry Labonte, I think, picked the wrong lane coming into turn 1. He's going to lose the lead with Mark Martin on the inside line getting a draft. And Martin going to try and close the door up, but here comes Gordon to slide in behind Labonte to give him a draft. He's got the back straightaway run, but can he continue to keep it down in the 3? Martin has a shorter way around. That'll be his advantage through turns 3 and 4.
Jeff Gordon has a really fast car, and he's really pushing Terry Labonte back up towards the lead. But Bill Elliott on the bottom has a couple other drivers to help out on the bottom line. Mark Martin still has the lead as we head down the tri-oval here with just about a little under 8 laps to go.
You see Mark Martin, and he's going to try and throw a block on Labonte. Now he's going to try and chop it back down in front of Purvis. They're going to go 4 wide for third, maybe make it second. 4 wide for second behind him here. This is difficult. Oh, Martin pulling away big time.
Jeff Gordon had to check up really badly there and lost tons of spots because of drivers being a little aggressive here. As you see, Ricky Rudd being one of those drivers that was being really aggressive. He's moved up a lot of spots, but he's now losing those spots. Kenny Wallace and Bill Elliott, the biggest movers of that exchange. Bill Elliott's up to second, but there's a battle for third between Ricky Rudd and Kenny Wallace.
These guys are going at it. It's a frenzy. It's an all-out war behind the second-place driver. And Ricky Rudd being the most aggressive out of all of them, trying to keep that higher position. He knows once he gets back into that flurry of drivers, he might not be able to fight his way back up to the top. Therefore, he wants to stay at the top, kick everyone off the mountain that he's standing on right now.
Ricky Rudd has a ton of speed coming out of 1 and 2. He's trying to push Bill Elliott. Now he's going underneath Bill Elliott here for the second spot, but it does not look like he has a lot of room. Now he throws it on top. Great blocking move by the 5 car to block the number 37 car.
Speaking about that 37 car, Loy Allen, man, I mean, he's having a great run today, that underfunded machine.
Speaking of,
they're pitting!
They're pitting!
Man! Martin gonna pull...
Brett Bodine in the grass!
Oh, watch out here. Oh, jam up on pit lane between Bobby Hill and Junior Rich Bickle. Oh, watch out, Morgan Shepherd. Bam! These drivers are just going insane. And do we stay green?
We stay green.
We do. We're greener than grass.
Oh, my God. Man, we really need to install some pit speed limits here, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, we had that problem at Pocono. Now we have this problem again. But the question is, when will Martin pit? When will Wallace pit? When will Sachs pit? And when will Labonte pit? And another question is, where will they come out on the track compared to the people who just pitted?
And they're all pitting now. They're all pitting now. So these 4 drivers, top 4 pitting now. Looks like Davey Allison's coming down pit road next as well here. I think Dave Marcus may come down next. Maybe. Yes, he will.
These drivers all do a good job of not jamming up and not wrecking on pit lane other than the first group. And you see these guys coming down here. Where will they come out on the pit lane compared to everybody else?
Bill Elliott has to beat these drivers. He's really slow coming out of this pit stop here as he's going 180 into turn 3.
Mark Martin coming down the pit lane here. He's beating off most of the drivers he needed to beat off. And Davey Allison pulled some good strategy and gets 2 tire pit stops. Everyone else getting 4, I think, or something along the lines of that. And he's going to beat about half the drivers he was behind off pit lane. Mark Martin pulls off first. Where will he be compared to the 11 of Bill Elliott? Here comes Elliott behind him.
Bill Elliott's charging with a lot of speed. The question will remain as to whether or not he can beat, if he can get towards Mark Martin and even pass him before he gets all the back straightaway here.
The thing is, yeah, go ahead. No, I was about to say, the thing is, Bill Elliott and Mark Martin are way out ahead of everybody else. Like, look at how far they're ahead of everybody else.
It looks like Davey Allison's controlling the 3rd spot right now, but there's still some drivers left to pass him.
And they're side by side for the lead. Elliott on the outside, Martin on the inside. There's only 2 cars battling for it. And the thing is, this is going to allow the pack to gain on them immensely. These 2 are still side by side for that lead, coming to 4 laps to go.
4 laps to go in this race. It's just 2 drivers versus a ton of drivers behind them. The drivers behind these 2 leaders are definitely going to shoot up to the front of these guys here, if not in any moment, really. Because it could happen at any point in time that the drivers back here, being led by the number 40 of Kenny Wallace, they could shoot back up towards the front of the field.
Mark Martin.
Speaking on that, let's go back to 8th place. Richie Petty in the 53. He survived that big cluster of wrecks on the first few laps, and now he's in the top 10. That's a great spot for this 53 team that is underfunded as hell. At this point, we may see this driver get a really good top 10 finish.
And let me tell you what, Mark Martin is pulling away from Billy at the front here, but that's not helping these 2 draft at all. And I'm going to tell you something, that this pack is going to gain on them with 3 laps to go. Will they catch them, though? That's the big question. Will they catch the leaders?
And if they are managing to catch them, when will it happen? Where will it happen? Who will get the advantage and who will get the disadvantage?
Oh my God, they gained a ton on them through that corner there. They are cutting into that lead like a hot knife in the butter. These guys are coming at him fast as Mark Martin just tries to hold his lead against Bill Elliott. Martin holding his breath, hoping to keep this win.
Mark Martin only has Bill Elliott in his rearview mirror, but he is having a mirror full of drivers behind Bill Elliott here. 3 wide back there. If you look behind Mark Martin and Bill Elliott, it is just a cluster of cars looking to get up towards the front and potentially win a race.
2 laps to go, and I'll tell you what, that pack of cars coming behind them, they're coming fast like a speeding bullet, with under 2 seconds within them now. And it's going to be interesting to see where they catch them with a lap and a half to go as Bill Elliott's starting to draft back up to the end of Mark Martin. Can Mark Martin hold off the old wily super speedway driver Bill Elliott, who used to win all the time at these tracks? Remember, he came back from 3 laps down to win this race back in the late 80s.
And here comes Richie Petty. Richie Petty pushing the number 14 car of Terry Labonte. We're going to hit the white flag here. Oh my God, here comes Richie Petty going side by side with Terry Labonte, excuse me. And here comes the pack gaining on the 2 drivers of Mark Martin and Bill Elliott.
It's the white flag lap here at Talladega Superspeedway, and they're single file. They're flying up on these guys, and watch out. What will they do? They come up on Bill Elliott. Labonte goes high. Petty goes low. Red goes low as well. And Richie Petty's going to get a run on the inside of Bill Elliott. He's going to get the run there, and Martin's going to hope that Elliott can hold him off just for a couple more corners. And here comes Richie Petty on the inside behind Martin.
Coming out of turn 4, Mark Martin has the lead, but he has Richie Petty, an unsponsored, underfunded 54,
can Petty do it?
53 car, sorry. Here comes Richie Petty. Does he have a lot of speed?
No, he doesn't.
Mark Martin will win the Diehard 500 here at Talladega.
Mark Martin wins. in a quite dominating fashion near the end of this race, leading the final 9 laps of this race. Richie Petty does an outstanding job of nearly winning this race. Imagine if he won this race, that would be the underdog story of the century. And Ricky Rudd finishes this race out in 3rd place. 4th, Bill Elliott, and rounding out your top 5 is
I believe if Richie Petty were to win this race, I believe a lot of sponsors would be asking to be on that 53 car because, by golly, he had a lot of speed coming into the final corners of this race. Just too bad. If he had one more lap, he could have probably won it. But at this point, Mark Martin is your official winner of the Diehard 500 here at Talladega.
Mark Martin wins, and that's going to be huge for his points hopes here, as Dale Earnhardt finishes all the way back in the 38th place position. And Mark Martin wins. He could cut immensely into that points lead here today at Talladega. But other than that, I don't know.
Our points is definitely going to be cut a lot. They're going to be cut short a lot because of that awful finish by Dale Earnhardt as he was involved in that first wreck. We still going to have word on Neil Bonnet's condition, but at this point we have no idea what his condition is. The EMT said that he was barely conscious, but he's still being transported to the local hospital here at Talladega, Alabama.
Like we said, we will not speculate or do anything like that. We will provide information to you when we are given information to you. And as we end our broadcast here from Talladega Superspeedway, thank you all for watching. I have been Noah from NBR 556. He has been Taylor from the Pig Racing Network. And we hope you have enjoyed the 1993 Die Hard 500. Until next time, we'll see you people walking to Glen.